Good morning, students. Today we're going to talk about earnings and companies' earnings. This is important topic. Every 90 days, companies report their earnings, and we call this as judgment day for a company when they report their earnings. And a lot of CEOs and management lose their job. It's like a Black Monday in the NFL when the season is over. So it's a big thing. In this quarterly earnings, the company report the revenue, everything, all the activities, the problems, risk, litigation, court problem, firing people, not firing people. All the information should be there. What I'm going to talk about why, how, what's the key points or key component of earnings, and how to analyze earning before the earning, during the earning, and after the earning, post price post recovery, and and how to hedge against earning. So you will have a Word document, and you will have an Excel file which is before earning. We look at the volume and earning stats and post earning. So we're gonna start with the component that, or the matrix, we look at them when we analyze earning. There are four components we look at them. Number one is the top of the line. Number two, the bottom of the line. Number three is key metrics, figures, and guidelines. The top of the line is revenue, the company revenue. The bottom of the line is the earnings for the company, which is revenue minus cost. And then the key metrics, like for example, for Snap, it's number of users, Twitter and Facebook, number of users. For Apple, number of iPhones that they sell. For Tesla is car delivery. So every company has a different metrics. For Netflix, number of subscribers that stream with them, and things like that. And the guidance is what they did this quarter, we know it now. What they expect to do next quarter, so that's something we look at it. So these are the four matrices that we look at them when we see the earnings. So how we analyze earning before we have the earning, how we view the company. I'm gonna take actually a company called Snap. Oh, I got 24% with the Snap on last Friday. Today is Monday, and pre-market they're 0.73. I didn't. So we are a few minutes before the market opens. It might go down more, make it go up, but I didn't see there's a correction, fast correction today, but it might go up again. So we're gonna look to Snap before the earnings. Why I bought Snap? Like if you put $40,000 in Snap before the earnings, you got 24%, 25, about 10,000. That's a lot of money. So how we get this number? Why we get that? So before the earnings, during the earnings, after the earnings. I just want to say something before we go to forward. That here there is historical data. We report the earnings in the real time after they happen. We have also financials. In the financials, they report the top of the line. I mentioned the top of the line, which is the revenue, the bottom of the line, which is income. So from here, you can see the top of the line and the bottom of the line. And also you can see here earnings, financial. They report that quarterly revenue and earnings. You click on that, which is what I just showed you now. These numbers, you can get it different ways. And then you have something here called earnings. So you can see the earnings, how a number of analysts here for this earning. It's already up a little bit from negative 0.7, 0.44. And they give you the next quarter, which is September, current year, and future next year. So Yahoo Finance give you a lot of forecast about the company and of course the performance. This is a nice website and easy, and everybody can have it in their smartphone and use it. So we're gonna go back to historical data to get the volume, which is we're looking for this company volume, and we're gonna see what we can have with this volume. So again, what we do here, we're gonna analyze earnings. There are four matrices: top of the line revenue, bottom of the line earnings, the matrix number of users, subscribers, and the guidelines. What's the future? And this is available in Yahoo Finance, Bloomberg, and all of the guys. So this is what we're gonna do now. Before the earning, to expect what they're gonna be the earning, during the earning, analyzing the earning, and see the price post earning. So these are the three things we're gonna do next in Excel and Word. So let's do it. So you will see in your folder, there is a earning analysis folder. You will see three documents. One is this video, and one is a Word document and Excel document. So let's share the screen again. You will see an Excel file with the, I'm going to do Snap today, with the volume, which is before earning, earning stats, and post earning. And then you're going to see a Word document talking about how to analyze earning. So before earning, we looked at the volume, and we can see if there's high volume for the company versus S&P. If there's a high volume and the price going down a lot, that means there is some movement. Insiders are selling before the earnings. If there's a high volume and the price is up, that means people are excited about the earning and they buy it. Now, if somebody call me, say, Yosef, uh, Apple earnings is going to be this, or Snap earnings is going to be that, and that person has inside information, I should call 911 immediately and report about that. We should not know the earnings and the activity before in the company. If we get this information and we didn't report that, we go to jail. So it's not ethical. It should be anonymous to everybody. And I've never got information, and I would never allow something like that to happen to me. But you have the right to analyze earning before the earnings, to have some ideas what's going on in the company before the earnings. And the volume is the only one I found it to be very interesting, to analyze the volume combined with the return. Like there is a volume for sale or volume for buying. This is the things that you need to watch. So we're gonna go to Netflix again, Snap again, and then we're gonna see apply historical prices, download, open. We need to look to the 5 days before the earnings. So this is on a Friday. That's the earning day. That was the earning day. So let's make it in yellow maybe. So look to the volume of the earning day was high. What we need to look at the average volume 5 days before the earning, which is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, enter, versus this, versus this. So we need to see how much the volume 5 days before the earning versus 5 days before the 5 days, which is 6 to 10 days before the earnings. So we can copy that number. We go to the Excel. Actually, let's take the entire thing here, put it somewhere here, right click, just values. And then we care about this, and we care about that. And notice, if you look at the volume, by the way, the volume is a trade. How many people trade, buy and sell? That's a volume. When you buy $100,000 of Snap, that's a volume 100,000. So the volume is everything included in the trade, buy and selling. So if you look, for example, how much the volume was relative to the 6 to 10 days, it's a 9.5 more times. And if you looked at this, the volume in the post announcement versus 5 days before the announcement is huge, 6 times of what was it? So in the earning day, the volume is high, explodes. Everybody's selling, buying, and making a lot of decision there. So it's way higher than the average. Now, uh, if you look at the summary here, the volume here is 19 million, but that because the average volume is 19 million, but that because include the day that we have explosive volume. So we didn't use that number because that includes this explosive volume in the earning day. We look just 5 days before and 6 to 10 days before, and you put the numbers here. So I'm gonna put them now. I need this number, copy. So that's a 5 days before. the average will be 6 to 10 days before the earning, and in this case, this number. And the difference you can see, you can do it as equal to uh, the volume before the earnings versus the average volume divided by the average, and that gives you a 50% increase. That's a huge increase, big increase, but you need to compare that with the S&P. So you need to go and get the spider S&P, the ETF for the S&P. It's a spider. You click on a spider, you go historical data, and you do also daily for 3 months. Daily, fine. Let's go 3 months. Apply, and then go download. Click on that, and we need to do the same. So we're gonna skip the earning day. We're gonna look to 5, which is again average. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Enter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's the other one. So right click, copy. You put it here, and then you go again. Right click. You put it here, and then you look to this, and then the difference will be equal to this, the difference in percentage minus this divided by this, and that makes Snap to be, this volume for Snap 13% higher, about 13% higher than the S&P volume. So there is a high volume anyway during this period before the earnings, but Snap is 13% higher. That's a lot of higher volume. So when I saw this high volume, I felt, and that was price was going up. So I felt that the insiders, or there's a sentiment that it's going to be a great earning. So I bought Snap. So that's before the earning. During the earning, you have to report to look about the matrices that I talked about. So I got all of this number from the this article from CNBC. So I'll give you the link here. So I got that. Also, there is the NASDAQ. Always have very good data. The NASDAQ, very good data. The NASDAQ, you can have it. So copy that. They give you also about a lot of information about the company. And as I said, Yahoo Finance also have a very nice data. Here's a copy for Yahoo Finance. You go Yahoo Finance. You go Snap. It was 3% down. 3.5 now, good. So there is something called financials. Where is it? Here. Earnings. Click on earnings, and you can get that. So that's Yahoo Finance. You can get all this information from this website. So I collect the data EPS for the earnings. You compare that with the expected. So if you go to the handout, I talked about how to analyze earnings. So there is a company called Refinitiv. This company report what's a consensus, and we want our company that report the earnings beat the consensus. So you compare the earning of the company with the consensus before the earnings, and you see the surprise. For Snap, it was a EPS earning per share 10 cents. It's supposed to be 1 cent loss, so 1100% the improvement. The revenue was 3.35 per user. The surprise in the revenue 14.7, and the subscribers, the surprise 4.64. But we also compare the second quarter this year with the second quarter last year. So I collect the information from the NASDAQ and I get this number. I could not find for revenue, but if I dig, I will find it. So in this uh, article by CNBC, you can see they report the numbers, the users, the revenue 982 versus 846, or revenue per user 335 292, and the number of subscribers. So you get all of this information when the company report their earnings. CNBC reported that. So we have this week Google, Amazon, Microsoft. Choose any company for your work. Look at the results after they report the earning and analyze that. So you can see there is all across the board, there is a positive surprise here. And then also CNBC, they said that they expected the revenue to go up 58%. So I put that the guidance is 58%. Okay, now we're done with this analysis. I want to be short and sweet. I can talk a lot about that. I can teach a semester about earnings. What's going on post earning? What's going on post earning? What's going on post earning? It's three steps. Usually overreaction to the earning. People like it a lot or hate it a lot. So overreaction will be down a lot. And then correction, that the price start being corrected. And then converge to the economic price. So now we are very lucky to have Netflix with us. And if you can see here, sort of Snap with us. So if you look at Snap, so they have exactly the life cycle we're talking about it, full screen. So you can see, let's put 5 days. This is overreaction and now the correction. So you can see it even better. Today it's down 3.5. So the correction started. So overreaction and correction. So I can print that for you. Copy. So I'm going to put it here. Right click, paste. So you can see that we have a similar story. So we have a similar story. Maybe I can do more better if I do crypt the picture. Okay. I don't want to crypt it, but you can see that we're talking about overreaction and then down, correction, and then we converge to the economic price, which is exactly what we expect in behavioral finance. So if you want to buy the company, you wait a day or two for the price to converge to the economic price and buy it. Sometimes there's a delay reaction where people, for example, when Trump was a president, sometimes in the earning, Trump has a tweet. So people forget about the earning and focus on the tweet. And that we call this distraction, or delayed reaction. Uh, Sometimes investors didn't understand the news and start debating good and bad. It take a few days to clear. For example, Netflix has a very good miss. Netflix, for example, missed on earning per share. They did very well with the revenue and subscribers and miss, and then the company went down 3-4%, and so people overreact. I thought but they said that they're gonna join the gaming and streaming. I thought that this is a great information. So I know investors gonna overreact. So I didn't buy Netflix. I waited 2 days, let them do their mistakes, and then because their pain is my game basically. So I waited 2 days, and then I bought Netflix because if they join the game streaming, this is spectacular news for me. A lot of earnings going to be, and then they're going to have a 20% run if that game streaming come in. So I think they have all the capabilities to have it. I'm surprised they didn't have it yet. So that's what we have. So what your homework is to pick a company's earning, look to the volume 5 days before the earning, 5 days, 6 to 10 days before the earning, compare that with the S&P. Um, Look to the earnings when they report the earnings. Look what CNBC report or Yahoo Finance or Nasdaq, and try to follow this and see what is the surprise here. And post earning, you can see what's going on with the price. Um, and look at this. There's a lot of companies that Twitter have an earning had. Some companies today. Netflix has it last week. The banks have earnings, so you can look to the banks also. So pick any company and do this analysis. I think that's enough for today. Thank you very much, and happy Monday, everybody.